All right, and welcome to Trevor's Garage, and maybe my first YouTube video, I don't know. So, I'm filming because I want to document this thing. Suzuki RV90. And so here's some background. So I previously dabbled in like some mini bikes, go-karts, and like the Predator 212, Honda Clone, messed around with those, and super fun. I also have a Tacoma here that maybe I mess around with that, modify it. But anyways, mainly focused on mini bike stuff here. So anyways, I was getting the itch for a mini bike build. And I was looking at Go Power Sports. They have that really cool Little Rascal and Rascal frame that you can get, or I guess frame and other stuff, but you guys still have to buy an engine, and it's like, I think it's like $800 or something like that. I forget, but that was a lot for me. And I saw this thing come up on Facebook Marketplace. The guy was, I forget what he had it listed at, but he was wanting to trade for like guns or Second Amendment stuff. And I ended up offering him $125, and I went all the way out. It was like an hour drive from where I'm at, and I get there. I should have brought my compression test thing, but I didn't. And I get there, and it turns over, and I mean, I thought you could feel it, and you know, it sounded like it had compression. So, and I was willing to take the risk that the engine was shit too, because it was only $125. So I ended up taking the thing home and get it home, start looking at it more. Ignition on this thing is completely gone. No coil pack or whatever. And so I was like, okay, well, great. First I need to get spark. And then so I was starting to like figure out what exactly I needed to order. I don't know. The wiring is an absolute mess on this thing. It's ridiculous. I might do a video of the wiring at some point. So I was like, all right, let's do a compression test on this thing. And I get 30 PSI. So I'm like, oh, crap. And so I open the thing up, start to figure out why it has no compression. So I don't know if you can see you can hear maybe the scoring in there on the cylinder wall. That not good. I'll show you the piston here. I don't know if you can see all the lines and markings on it, but she's had a rough life. All right, so if I ever do start making actual videos on this, I need to get a whole phone holder. So that engine is not looking good. And I thought about, okay, do I want to bore maybe the cylinder out, get an oversized piston, and try to fix it that way? And so this is my first type of like horizontal, you know, single cylinder engine. And I mean, the case itself is in great shape, but one of the covers was missing, and it looked really rusty over in like on one of the sides. So I didn't have a lot of hope in this engine from the very beginning. So we've reached the conclusion now that we need to throw in one of the pit bike 4-strokes. Yes, the Chinese engines. And I'm sorry to all the purists out there. For you guys, I'm gonna keep this engine, and I would like to eventually get this thing running. I really would. And I've seen RV90 frames come up before on Facebook Marketplace, so I'm gonna keep this around just in case that opportunity comes and this thing is maybe running one day. I think it would be a cool project to do, and I like doing things like that. So, shit engine, and we want to put a new one in. What do we have to do? That is what this video is about, and the start of that process. So, at this point, I haven't really done much to it other than taking the engine out. I took the seat cover off. I've got new tires that you're sitting on, because these are shit. Let me show you these. These are gonna be cool. So this is one thing that you might run into if you are rebuilding an RV90, is these original tires are Bridgestones, which is kind of funny. 6.7 by 10. Can't find those anywhere online. Well, maybe like eBay or some like old used stuff. So this is what we got. So Sun F 21/7-10. So hopefully those work, and they're kind of some street tires. And so, they may look square here and like not very rounded like a motorcycle should be, but I got tubes, and once you put tubes in them, it rounds it out. So I ran into that on the mini bike issue, but anyways, and I also have a seat cover that I ordered off of eBay that will look real nice. The padding is over on the other side of the garage, but the padding, it seems in pretty good shape. The bottom of the seat pan, there was a little spot that's rusted out. I might be able to hammer it back in and maybe weld it and clean it up that way. I at least want to get the underside of the pan repainted and just clean that up and make it look nice. So, all right, I'm getting this little sidetrack there. So, first discussing a pit bike swap. The 125cc is the more common size. One of those engines, the 4 strokes, onto this Suzuki RV90 frame. So, the first issue that you run into is that the length from the rear mounting bolt to the front is too long on the Suzuki. And I had a tape measure. Oh. Woo. All right. So the 125cc is, I think it's 154 millimeters, which is about 6 inches, I think. Or 6.5 or something like that. And so this is at 8 inches right now. So this too far apart. So what I'm likely gonna have to do is, I would like to, I don't know, if I could just reuse this bracket and try to just cut it out with a cutting disc on an angle grinder. It looks like there's only really just one weld across the top, nothing in the back, it looks like. And then so the width of the rear, that matches the rear mounting point on the 125cc 4-stroke, so that's cool. One thing about this is that there's like a little spacer that's welded in on this side. With that spacer in there, it's too short, but it seems like if you cut that spacer out, that it will fit the top mount of the 4-stroke engine. So that's kind of like some of the logistics that I've uncovered so far, and it's going to probably require a lot more research than just cutting this and moving it back. So I'm going to have to line up the sprocket with like the rear sprocket. So there's going to have to be like more thought into that eventually. I'd like to just get the engine and kind of mock it up and kind of go from there. So that's going to be down the line a little bit. Right now, my goal is to get these old wheels off. The brakes seem to be like working. I mean, nothing's like seized up. This foot pedal and this lever seem to be working. So maybe just some like new pads, you know, best case scenario. So that's next. So I'm running out of battery on my phone, and I'm gonna charge it up, and then I'm gonna come out here and I'm gonna show you, I guess, how to take off the brakes and the wheels and stuff. I don't know. I've never really done a how-to video, but I might just do some quick clips of, yeah, how to do that, what it looks like, and maybe how to put it back together. But so that's this is the Trevor's garage. It's a little ghetto, I know, but here's the Tacoma. That's kind of fun sometimes. So I might do some videos on Tacoma stuff. I'm currently, excuse the mess, but there's a light bar up there somewhere that I'm supposed to be putting in that roof rack. So I might do a video on that too, and just start a YouTube channel. I don't know, probably. RV90s are not popular at all, is what I figured out. I mean, it seems like they're really popular in like France and but the US just did not get a lot of Suzuki RV90s. There's a lot of Hondas out there. So yes, if you want to see RV90 content, follow, like. I never thought I would ever say those words, but I don't know. More to come. We'll see where this RV90 goes. This is my intro.